hope your front door is locked and your phone is switched off. It's match time, and nothing can come in the way of a head coach and his Blood Bowl.
Alright, sports fans, welcome back to the Invitational Cup. We have seen Pupok qualify for the Blood Bowl 2 2018 World Cup, sponsored by Aces Republic of Gamers. Now, BernieBuffon and Arzowane have already qualified for the World Cup, but they get to face off in this one final match, which will determine who wins the Invitational Cup. Joining me here is VGPurist. Hello, VG.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is the VGPurist. Oh, look at this. Human, all final, and not only that, PS4. What has the world come to?
Indeed. I am looking to see whether the match has already been started.
I hope so.
So, we are going to see a human mirror matchup between BernieBuffon with a lot of Mighty Blow Tackle facing off against Arzowane's humans. Both of these coaches have won a Champions Cup. Both of these coaches have qualified for the World Cup main event. And who will win this prestigious tournament, the Invitational Cup?
It's going to be one of those things and where, sure, there's really nothing on the line, but I think it's just going to be smack talk between these two guys. They actually know each other quite well, and so human matchups, even though it is going to be a mirror matchup, lots of times in Blood Bowl, it's kind of a little bit of a boring thing, but not so much in the humans, because living and dying by the 1-9s, those catchers quite squarely themselves, and we may see some Elven play, some big hits. You never know what you're going to get from a human playing perspective, so going to be an exciting match.
As long as someone dies, I'm happy.
Well, you got your wish, and I think, what, 2 deaths in the last game? Oh, gosh. What a big turn of events.
All right.
Orcs, though, didn't get the breaks early enough, I tell you that much, though.
Yeah. So, we've seen that 8 teams entered, 3 of them were humans, and they have placed first, second, and third. Though the only question is, who will become first, and who will become second? Will it be Arzowane, or will it be BernieBuffon?
And will it be a sign of things to come? Now remember, though, in this World Cup Invitational, they could not add any skills. And so any Tier 1 teams that was kind of taken, even though it was their favorite team, they didn't really do as much. But again, as I pointed out plenty of times before, in the first round, 2 of the 3 human teams, well, I wouldn't say had to get lucky, but they definitely needed a little help there and got it by the end. Has the game started up yet?
Nope, not yet. For those of you who do not know, this is the prelude to the World Cup main event. After this game, or actually right now, 64 coaches have qualified to play for a massive prize pool. $30,000 in prizes, including $10,000 in cash, as well as 2 fabulous gaming PCs, sponsored by Aces Republic of Gamers. Now this will be the World Cup main event, starting July 16th, lasting for a full month. The semi-final will be played on August 14th, and the grand final will be played on August 16th. And you can watch those right here on the FocusHomeInteractive Twitch channel, so be sure to mark those dates in your calendar. Take them off if you must, because this is something that you must see live.
Yes, indeed. The grand finals of the World Cup, the actual World Cup, that is going to be a huge one. What is it, $3,000 for first place, right? And then $1,500 for the second place. Pretty good stuff.
And both of those coaches will be taking home a fabulous gaming PC. And of course, there's lots of other prizes to be won. And I think you only need to win 2 matches to actually start taking home cash prizes.
Right. I believe the top 16 will get $250, and then it just goes up from there.
Absolutely. 250, 500, 750, 1500, 3000, if I'm not mistaken. So yes, there is a lot on the line for these coaches. More importantly, they are going to be fighting for the title of Blood Bowl 2 World Champion, currently held by Guinness.
Currently held by Guinness, the North American. People said it couldn't have been done, but it was done. Will we see another North American, or will we see a repeat? Wouldn't that be something, huh?
Yeah, Guinness had only been playing for a year when he entered the World Cup, and people didn't think that was going to happen, but he and his lizards took the title home.
I'll tell you what, though, I believe that when I was casting, I totally believed in it, and I rooted for him the entire way, and so I'm happy to see him back here to defend this world title. He didn't get any breaks or anything like that. He had to earn his way back in, and he totally did. And speaking of the tournament, looks like we're up, eh?
Indeed. So, we see Bernie setting up in a blizzard. GFIs are going to be harder, and passes cannot be longer than a short pass.
See here, the blizzard setup here. What a difference this might make in the game, actually, because now GFIs are going to be a little bit more scary, and we are only going to see quick and short passes, not any medium or long passes by the end of the game or something.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting those per se, but the GFI thing matters a lot.
Let's see how this is going to play out, though. I'm glad they chose different colored human players.
Very true.
Easily identify.
So, Bernie is setting up very, very far in the back, it looks like, or he's just organizing his players.
Looks like maybe he's making a picture. It looks like, I don't know, maybe it's just something that I just see here. It's an arrow? I don't know what he's doing. Maybe he's making, I don't know. I can't make it out. I think I need more imagination here. Humans, though, as you can see there, all of these contestants didn't know what each other were playing, and so as you see, Mighty Blow and Attack.
I think it's the 4 for PS4. Look at it from the other side.
Oh.
PS4 coach's greeting.
Oh, okay. I guess it's the 4.
Or a thumbs up.
Or a thumbs up. Okay, we were looking at it incorrectly. But yes, as I said before, the participants, they didn't know what each other had brought to the table, as well as what we're going to do for the World Cup. So all the coaches need to send one of the admins a team name and also screenshot of their team so that, you know, people can still change their skills before the first match. And so I forgot to mention that. So yeah, we definitely need that going. So a screenshot and the team name, please. Send it to one of the admins before the start, and then we'll be good to go. And we are not going to start until we have all of the guys in there. If you don't send it in time by the deadline, July 14th, bad things will happen to you.
Noted. I'll try and keep it in mind. I still haven't.
Sage, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, a lot of coaches has not submitted it in yet, so you're not the only one. You're definitely not the only one.
Yeah, we have a 4 PlayStation 4 coaches representing here. Don't break the 4 taking the high kick. That's cheating.
They should. They're gonna move as 1. That's what's gonna happen.
Yes, pro caging here. Oh, it is kind of cute. It is kind of cute.
Oh, look at that. Who let these guys into the grand finals in the first place, to be honest?
BernieBuffon and Arzowane, the 2 PS4 coaches representing their platform here. I do think it's kind of nice. I do think it's very sweet.
BernieBuffon, and a longtime admin of the PS4. Arzowane actually got promoted as a PS4 admin not too long ago. So again, these guys know each other quite good, and so a lot of good banter between these two at this point. Hopefully we'll see a good game today, though. And of course, nothing really on the line except for smack talk afterwards, and so we're likely going to see a bit of a tongue-in-cheek game.
It's really a shame that we can't see the coaches' chats in the live replay, because that that must have been good, right? As well.
I think Bernie might be watching the game here, and maybe even Arzowane, so maybe if they could put the banter out here, that would be great.
No, I think they're probably a bit preoccupied right now. All right.
Yeah. We'll see what kind of game they want to bring. Is it going to be a little bit more serious, or is it going to be a little bit more, like I said before, a bit tongue-in-cheek?
Yeah. It would be cool if we could see the lighthearted seriousness, non-seriousness reflected in the game style as well. Although I do think they both really want to win this thing as well.
Yeah, we may see a little bit more serious by the end, but in this first bit, just gonna make some blocks here and then.
Ooh! Okay. Serious or not, Stefan Oberwald is out, and a niggling injury, no Apo there.
Look at that, mighty blow. Nice hit here. Didn't even need the mighty blow actually, but good stuff.
And still a 3-die from the ogre coming up.
With block. So come on now, Sage. I know after seeing 1, 2, 3 humans placing, you gotta be thinking humans, right? Come on.
Nah, absolutely not.
It's absolutely not.
Do you know what the races I brought to my last 2 NEF tournaments?
No? What are they?
Humans.
You brought humans? No way.
Yep, twice.
How'd you do?
Yeah, don't ask.
And now we see why humans could falter in the World Cup. Guys, play your favorite race, damn it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna play something I like.
Yeah,
spoilers!
Like. Sage, get the anti-Sage going. You know, for the World Cup Invitational, there was a lot of anti-Anarian here, so it could happen, Sage. It could happen.
Well, I think everyone who qualified for the World Cup will be a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be no slouches. Unlike a lot of the tournaments that we may have been in before. Okay, we might have maybe 1 or 2, but it's just going to be every single match going to be quite gripping. Again, I can't wait to watch all of them.
Yeah, I give everyone around a 1 in 64 chance at winning it.
Offensive point of view?
Sure, we can go with the offense for camera perspective. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I usually do in my replays, but you know, since you were controlling the camera.
Well, as you might know, I don't actually cast all that many games. I just play my own and stream those, so I'm not really used to having the replay view altogether.
Oh, okay. Well then, also you could. I mean, I guess there's really not that many skills, but you can also press the left Alt button and then just put on the skills that are learned.
Yeah, I like that for Nurgle or dwarves, less so for humans. I think it's
yeah, it's fine. It's really like not necessary. Yeah. The dodgy way.
Also, isn't that control?
Oh, I'm sorry, control. Yeah, I'm so used to just doing it myself. It's control.
Something near that finger. Yeah, I know that feeling. All right.
Yeah.
So we are now watching from Arzowane's perspective, who is on offense. After that that cute little greeting, oh, we're going to see a 3-die blitz from the ogre, it looks like. Even though the ogre...
Heading it up.
Yeah. The ogre didn't do that well until now, but this does look like a setup for that. Or not.
Let's see here. No, we didn't switch the views up at all.
No, this is the first time.
The first time.
I wonder if all three of these coaches are considering bringing humans to the World Cup as well. Of course, you can't talk about that because you already know. But I can speculate all I want.
Yeah, there are some coaches that haven't, and some of them are also from this tournament as well. So I don't know.
I really don't like this play. I really don't get it. Why would you put your entire cage there before you know whether the bonehead fails? That seems excessively risky. That's why I was saying, well, maybe not.
Yeah. Oh, KO. Nonetheless, doesn't pay the penalty for waiting for the big guy to go in for the blitz, but gets the 3-die and the KO.
Yep.
I mean, the thing about it is that I'm pretty sure that they're feeling good about the race right now and probably thinking, oh, yeah, maybe I should bring this race in there. But again, I mean, I think they should just take this time, think about it. Again, Tier 1 teams, they do slingshot after the first maybe 1-2 rounds, depending on which Tier 1 race you're playing. And humans, they're going to start dropping off by the end. And do you really want to be playing a human team against a Tier 1 team in the grand finals for loads of money?
Well, it beats playing a Tier 1 team and then being knocked out round 1.
and honestly, that's the biggest concern for almost all the coaches. They just say, hey, look, I just don't want to get knocked out in the first round. And I can't blame them. If I would be in the World Cup, I wouldn't want to be knocked out in the first round either.
So, focusing on the game, so far we see Arzowane leading by 11 versus 9 players. That cannot be nice for Bernie, who's focused on damage instead of guard.
BernieBuffon actually messaged me, and I didn't see it until now, but he said, look out for the first half setups. I might need to pause the game for 5 minutes as my fence has been delivered. What? We're not pausing the game, Bernie!
Yeah, Bernie seems to be very good at providing exactly the kind of delays we want. Fixing his computer, getting his fence delivered.
Taking this time out. Look at this. Aren't you all over there in 5 hours ahead? And so you're making the poor man work at this late of an hour. Yeah, people just want to get to the money, Jimmy says. Yeah, after the second round, I guess.
So, lots of forward momentum here for Arzowane. Able to move very, very freely. Not blitzing with the Mighty Blow tackle, though. Or not blitzing with Mighty Blow at all, in fact.
Yeah, this is just going to be one of those games in which we might just see the score and then give it to the green team.
Nah, you think they're just not going to stall because they know that there's not a tournament ticket on the line? That might make for spectacle.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's kind of why I like that there was a third place match for a ticket, so it was creating some type of drama for today. I was a little bit afraid that this grand finals would be a little bit of a lackluster event, but you know, it's going to be one of those things where it is what it is, right? 2 tickets were up.
We are watching a match between 2 very, very consistent winners here. I mean, they've proven themselves in Champion Ladder, they've proven themselves in Champion Cup, and they've proven themselves in this Invitational tournament. So I think that just getting these to watch these coaches play against each other is already a glorious, glorious thing. Oh, yeah, provided definitely. That they're not, you know, picking up fences.
Definitely. Razzle Storm, that is still up for debate. When will the next World Cup be? I don't know.
Yeah. He says the next tournament after the World Cup, so I guess... I mean, Champ Ladder will be ongoing during the World Cup anyway, right?
Yeah, that's correct. The Champions Cup is going to be always on. In fact, there is going to be a Champions Cup 16 when the World Cup is going, so there's still going to be that action, and there's still going to be money up for grabs for that. 500 euros 250 for the second, and then 100 euros apiece for third. 100 euros apiece for third and fourth place in the Champions Cup. Usually I do cover the Champions Cup, but since the World Cup is going, that is just way too many games for me to cover, and so I won't be covering the Champions Cup 16. But afterwards, when the World Cup is going to come to an end, then I'll be back to doing the Champions Cup coverage. I'll still be helping hosting the event as per my admin duties, but I will not be focused on it.
So, if any of you streamers out there want to make a name for yourself casting some matches, now's the chance.
Hey, wait a minute. Yeah, definitely. The more coverage, I'm always for it. Blood Bowl, I love it to death. I mean, I always say to myself, okay, I'm going to stop casting after, you know, XYZ, but XYZ comes and goes, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have more games. I don't care.
Ooh. That dodge removes a blitzer. That is not helpful. Poor Bernie really struggling here.
Yeah, good thing there's no ticket up for grabs here, because Bernie would be a little bit of a spot here.
The defense looks solid, but it doesn't really matter because there's plenty of turns left and quite some room to switch sides here. Ogre is a bit of a disappointment. He's walked once and stood still twice, I think, so far. Something like that.
Yeah. And it looks like they're playing a little bit more semi-seriously now that the touchdown is being threatened by Arzowane. And yes, they are both from the console. PS4. Master Race.
Don't worry, Jimmy. I don't think you're offending them specifically.
We just find Bernie offensive just altogether. Don't worry.
Equal opportunity offenders. Very aggressive formation here. Where is the catcher going to go? I mean, there's still a couple of players who can screen it off after a block, probably. But that's risking a 1 in 81.
They can still pull up the rear guard there, but yeah, he's going to have to start dodging there to shore up the cage. And of course, the question was asked, will we see more humans? Yeah, we're probably going to see a few more now that some people has proven that, hey, humans are looking pretty strong for this format. And I think, again, another streamer, Andy Davo, he has stated that humans are looking pretty good. And, you know, if you take it from one man's word, then you might as well take it from, you know, the #2 overall best player of Dark Elves in the world in NAF. So why not, right? But I will say that there has still been a surprising mix of races, so it's not just going to be all one-sided.
I hope I'm going to be able to surprise people a little bit.
I hope so too, because we need some surprises right about now.
14th, you say, huh?
Yep, July 14th. I'm actually going to go on a small holiday, but I'm taking my PC with me to continue with my admin duties. That's right, guys. That's how hardcore I am. I'm going on vacay, and I'm still doing work for Blood Bowl.
Of course.
True Blue. He's like, oh, the best Dark Elf player.
Disappointing. Both down on the 2 die. Not a turnover, but still a lack of progress here.
Yeah. And of course, he moved the ball up very, very quickly, but then changed his mind and was like, you know what? I don't want to score it that quickly.
Well,
Sage with the surprise underworld pick. Oh, yeah.
I mean, winning ground and then fighting out the rest of your battle near the end zone is a lot safer than staying in the middle and hoping to advance later, of course. So just because you choose to put your entire team forward does not necessarily mean you aim to score quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the KOs...
Go ahead.
I guess the KOs are also a reason for Arzowane not to want to score very quickly. Because right now, he's got Bernie outnumbered by 3 players. And as soon as he chooses to score, that might very well change again.
Yeah, that's definitely the case. And again, who wants to give them the offense, right? Just want to score it here in the first half and then just move it in.
Importantly, the blitzer who is removed is the only guard from Bernie's team, and with the guard heavier setup from Arzowane, that might just be a big problem.
It's almost like Bernie took this one guard. It's just like, why even just take one guard? It's just, might as well just continue on with the mighty blow madness. All I want to know is, now that we've seen Bernie do so well, will we see lots of mighty blow tackle setups? That's my curious.
I do think it would be cool to see a 6-guard team as well. 4 blitzers, the ogre, and a catcher maybe, or a lineman. 6-guard humans. I wouldn't do it personally, but it does seem like a lot of fun. Especially when teams like orcs and lizards and whatnot only get 4 picks.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's definitely plausible, and one in which, right? I mean, World Cup, it's going to be a serious tournament, but again, only one, and so people should just have fun.
Merely a push from the ogre, but still a strong position for it to be in. Could have seen a follow-up there.
I think the question would be, what races won't we see in the World Cup? What do you think, Sage?
Well, obviously the stunties will be very underrepresented because the rule set does not allow them more skills, only 1 more doubles, and it doesn't allow them inducements, which is usually the thing that's supposed to give them almost a fighting chance-ish.
Yeah.
Bernie Bonehead.
What about mutation teams like Underworld, Chaos?
I really don't think people will be picking Chaos or Nurgle much, even with this slight advantage for tier 2. Limiting you to 2 skills to be stacked is quite harsh for them, and they just need more normals, not more doubles. Underworld, I guess Underworld could be an option. I mean,
you think Underworlds could be a viable option?
You could even have 3 Block, Claw, Mighty Blow on an Underworld team. Not that you should, because you probably want to tackle, but yeah, the rule set isn't bad for them. Tentacles and Claw on a Troll.
Yeah.
Mighty Blow Claw on 1 Blitzer. Mighty Blow Tackle on another. Lacking guard though. Dodge is pretty decent.
That would probably be the ultimate kill team if you think about it. Underworld, if you really wanted to get a kill team in there.
Yep.
Then Underworld may be just what you're looking for.
Yeah, and later you could even pick up a Dirty Player Goblin if you're interested. I mean, you get the doubles. You don't really need them for anything else.
Yeah. That might actually work out. Oh. Bernie finally getting a break there.
Yeah, just a stun though. Not going to help him that much. And he's just getting out of the way, basically. Telling Arzowane, you want to score? Go right ahead. I'll be over here.
Good question there. What do you think about the Lizard Men? What do you think, Sage?
Not that many skills to begin with. Gonna be rough. But
well, don't forget though, 2016 Lizard team, and everyone started at Fresh TV.
Yeah, true. And that was with regular development, so you couldn't choose where the skills go.
Yeah, that was just with regular. You couldn't choose where to go. Won the whole thing. Earlier, Kislevs, are they terrible in this format?
Yes, I do think Kislev will. If people pick them, they will struggle a lot. The thing is,
I think, in my opinion, yeah, go ahead.
You need so many die rolls with them. It's like really bad humans a lot of the time. For me, Kislev become good when you can have 4 or 5 skills on a blitzer, and the format doesn't allow it. And blitzers with 2 skills are you can do a lot with the catchers and the linemen, I guess.
For me, it's just one of those things where the Kislevs, okay, yeah, they start off with leap, but I mean, if you're gonna go on and just pick someone with leap, pick the War Dancers in the Wood Elf team, and then you'd be able to stack 2 more skills on top of the inherent blodge. So
Bernie getting crushed here. One of the Mighty Blow tacklers is sleeping, and we may not see them again if we're unlucky. Ogre picking up the slack a little bit.
Yeah, Bernie's just getting crushed here, but luckily it's 3 KOs, but still.
Yeah, and 75%
if this was a normal
for each.
game, you've got to be worried, but Arzowane should get this touchdown. Hopefully the KOs will come back, and we'll have a little bit better of a game here shown in the second half.
Well, he... I think part of the reason why Bernie gave Arzowane... He's seen players go too close to the end zone before. I mean, a funky 4+5+ half die could see a forced score and time to score right now. It's even got the dodge built in. Half die only needs a push. Both down is still interesting.
Indeed, but who knows, right? I mean, then again, this is a bit of an exhibition. Could do it. I think normally you wouldn't do it.
Well, I mean, right now he's just standing there getting punched, waiting for this to be over. Getting a shot at his own 2-turn drive might just be worth it.
I know if I was Bernie, I would do it. Cough, wheeze.
Actually, that's a catcher, so he could even make it a 1-die.
Yeah. Cough, wheeze. Come on, Bernie.
Would mean a risk of getting surfed, but I think that's actually a pretty viable option. 4 or 5, 1-die, force to score.
I love the banter about the World Cup, though. I mean, before it was just like, okay, everybody fresh teams, and then, all right, which race you want to go in? Oh, dwarves. Oh, you're going dwarves too? Okay, I'm going dwarves. Dwarves. Lots of dwarves.
I was also very surprised not to see any Necro in this tournament. I think they are fairly viable for this format. Hey there, Ducky.
I know. I mean, I was ready for the humans, but I was really surprised not to see Necros, because you can definitely get the guard necessary on your flesh golems, and the white has access to it as well. So with the 5 general and the doubles, it's just, you can do a lot with the Necro team.
Simply having a Mighty Blow Claw Wolf and the ability to put skills on your flesh golems. Ooh, yeah, he does go for the play.
So high on the human team. Ooh, he is going for it, and
nope. But that was not the side. That was not the side to make. That was not the blitz, was it?
I thought the blitz was going to come from the other way, so that you could push him into the end zone, a la the Bernie win from the last game.
Exactly. If this last dodge had been 1 square further back, then he could still push into the corner.
Yes, but as I was saying, I'm just so surprised about not seeing as many Necros. Not to say that there isn't many Necros being chosen for the World Cup, but I mean, I'm surprised in this format, the World Cup Invitational, we didn't see at least one guy going with Necros.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, against these humans, they might have done quite okay. Able to take guard. Claw Mighty Blow is not half bad.
Yeah, Claw Mighty Blow. I mean, it's just one extra skill on a werewolf. I mean, sure, you got no block, but I mean, Mighty Blow, Claw. I thought that was the dream. Yeah, and then access to the first double skill after the first win in the World Cup. You get your second doubles. I mean, that's kind of a big deal. And we're not even talking about Mercy Flush.
There's a question from Aardvak saying, the World Cup's been made with time restraints in mind. Assuming you could take however long you wanted, how would you improve the format? That's a tricky one. Jimmy's suggestion, a group stage. I think that's fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah, if then we could take our time with it, yeah, I would love to see a group stage first.
I think it would be nice if you had the qualifiers have a more official format, so that it would be a more gradual thing. Because right now, all of the qualifiers were very spread out and diffuse and mostly invisible for many people. Whereas that's already where a lot of the action was going on.
Yeah,
so
you're right about that.
I think if you had like a 3-tier qualifier where the leagues would get, say, 4 times as many tickets as the World Cup currently has, and then you have an official qualification tournament with those remaining tickets to get to the main event. I think that something like that. So a 3-tier instead of a 2-tier qualification process could be very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, for me, a group stage would definitely help out the top tier coaches, as pointed out in the chat. But also, I think a double elimination would also stand to do well. Very much similar to how the World Cup is. Or either that, have it to where it's just one big, what is it? A big round robin. And then that'll be pretty much the... No, I wouldn't say that. No, yeah, a round robin group stage with the double elimination KO. That's what I would do. Yeah, that's the final answer.
Double elimination is definitely nice. One thing that I always kind of miss in any NAF style tournament is the higher team value play. And what could be interesting is that if you have part of your matchups at different team values, so say that you have 3 versions of your team, one at 1200, one at 1400, and one at 1600, including rules on more skills allowed and more stacking allowed. And then you actually have the teams face off across team value ranges. I think that's an interesting way to change tier balance away from the standard Wood Elves and Undead are really good because they have all the starting skills.
Yeah, and of course, when we were introducing the skill sets for this World Cup, I really wanted to keep it simple, and we just kind of kept it to where, okay, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 teams. But obviously, you do need to consider tier 1.5 and 2.5 teams. It has been said, though, already in the chat, though, that we would definitely need to do some more testing throughout to get that going. But if there is going to be, say, another World Cup very soon, I would definitely get in on the testing and try to manufacture, not really manufacture, but try to get it to where Chaos Dwarves are more feasible, Bretonnians a little bit more feasible, Vampires, and definitely some more help for tier 3 teams.
Yeah, if you want Vampire and Kislev to be more feasible, then you're going to have to give more normal rules. Same thing for Chaos and Nurgle, really.
Mm-hmm.
And whereas for stunties, giving them more doubles and more normals and inducement money is probably a good way to go. So, we have a touchdown. We have a touchdown. Arzowane is in the lead. Bernie gets 2 out of 4 back, which is perfectly average. And gets the chance to maybe score a 1-turn touchdown in the snow.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, so Jimmy's saying the problem is the bad teams will likely never be competitive. Well, that's just the question of how far you want to balance them. I mean, you could come up with a rule set that says goblins are the best team because you give them everything and you give everyone else nothing, and that feels very wrong as well. So the question is, there's an innate imbalance in how the tiers work. You can try and offset that completely, and you'll always be off by a little bit, or you can try and offset that partially, and that's what most rule sets do. They make the tier 1 teams intentionally better, but not as much better as they would be out of the box.
Blood Bowl is just an inherently unbalanced game, right? And so the thing about it is that you need to just consider the skill sets, just go with it. Yeah, you know, that's the thrill about Blood Bowl, though, is that, you know, you can focus on these skills, and sure, it's going to benefit a few races no matter which way you go. But, I mean, each Blood Bowl tournament can be different from one another because of it. So right now, yes, humans, necros, wood elves, orcs are a little bit more favorable here. But, I mean, from one tournament to the next, you never know what is going to be better in terms of how you want to play or what is going to be available.
For those of you watching, I just switched the perspective, so don't get confused. We're watching the defensive setup from Arzowane, after which Bernie will get to do his offensive setup for a one-turn attempt, unless, of course, there's a riot. Yeah, this one turn looks pretty difficult, especially in the snow. And still understaffed as well, with 3 players out and only 1 coming in from the bench, leaving him with 9 in total. So yeah, he's just setting up for the riot.
Well, as Triparis has pointed out in chat, he says, well, you know, you can get several iterations with the communities and discussing it with more people. But the thing about it is that the more people discussing it, the longer the conversation gets dragged out.
Well, that's not a riot. That's more chance for Bernie pummeling. A blitz from Arzowane.
Indeed. Hey, look, I'll just say this much, okay? Just be happy that the World Cup format is the way it is, because it took a lot of speaking up before things were rolling along. I'll tell you that much.
It's an interesting format. It got a lot of people thinking. It's slightly different from most conventional ones, but yeah, I do think it has a lot of people agonizing over the decision between Tier 1 and Tier 2. And the fact that that's not a straightforward decision in itself is a good sign for the format. Yep.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I definitely was not pleased. You know, I was definitely pleased by the ending result. So, again, it's going to be one of those things where kudos to, you know, all the officials on Focus, just to say, okay, you know what, we're going to trust you guys into what your opinions are, and then we're going to go with this type of rule set, and then go with it. So it was really good of them to at least introduce this instead of just going for, okay, everybody just fresh TV and then natural progression. That kind of sucked.
Herr Dengler, for your information, when the World Cup starts, everyone will be bringing new teams with their own World Cup rule set, which means that Tier 1 teams will have 4 skills and Tier 2 teams will have 6. And the team will be the same at the start of each matchup, except for the fact that they get to add 1 skill after each win. So injuries will not be counted, star player points will not be counted. The teams will progress a little bit, but not by general natural progression as you would normally do in Blood Bowl, but by being allowed to add a skill of their choice after a win. Interesting side effect of that. Cool. Interesting side effect of that is that you can actually pick those skills based on who you will be facing in the next round, or even who you might be facing in the rounds after that.
Yeah, I love that too. It's just, you get to pick the skills after each round. Good suggestion. Wow. And like, I don't know if they want me to talk about who introduced that, but that was such a good suggestion. I was just like, oh, that is huge. I love it.
More bonehead here from Bernie, but doesn't matter much. This turn wasn't going anywhere.
Well, Triparis, I mean, feel free to open up a discussion on the forums and even just talk about the next World Cup. I mean, that's definitely something that can be considered.
So
that's what I would say to maybe changing up some of these current World Cup rules.
Weak punches, and soon to go into the second half. Hopefully with a couple more players for Bernie, helping him put up a good fight. Oh, we're gearing up for a foul, it seems.
Yep, looks like.
Which
he's gonna
I
get
don't.
The whole gang in there.
I don't really like that, since Arzowane still has a bench. I mean, if he had Arzowane down to 11, I could see it, but Bernie's removal here would hurt far more than Arzowane's removal would. So
Maybe,
yeah, I don't
but
really
then
see that.
If he did get the break, then it would be on a very critical piece, the block and the guard piece. But we are going in 1-0. Unos y Calaveras.
Oh! KOs come back. That is spectacular. We're going to see full teams facing off for the second half. Arzowane setting up on defense once again. This time not versus a one-turn, but for a proper drive. Will we see another PlayStation 4 coming up?
Arzowane does have the 1-0. But Bernie getting all his KO'd guys back. Very lucky. And so it's still going to be 11-on-11.
I do think it's nice. I mean, Bernie was suffering through that first half so much. Basically, he got his entire team beaten up. Couldn't pose much of a defense at all. So now, at least for his offense, he gets to do the same to Arzowane, or at least try. If he were down to 9 players, for example, he would already be struggling to even maybe score and be very hard-pressed to put some damage in. Yep, there we go.
Here comes the 4 formation once again by the PS4 players. Nice. Nicely done. I don't see it, guys. I don't see a 4. I think I see, I don't know, I see a penis. That's what I see.
Thank you for that, VG. How do you not see a 4 in this?
I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I think you see what you want to see there, guys.
All right. So after this very tactical setup phase, what's your prediction for this game as of now?
I'm gonna say Arzowane. If this was definitely a 100% serious match, I would definitely have picked Arzowane to win, because the skill set. I mean, he's got the better skills, and of course, at this point, he's looking a lot better as well, getting lots of armor breaks. The only way Bernie, I think, he needs to rely on the mighty blow, and relying on those to come through for you all the time is just not the best idea.
The armor breaks are kind of in the past, though. I mean, yeah, he removed 1 lineman, removing the bench, but it hasn't done that much. Bernie still has his Apo. Bernie still has 11 players. All he really accomplished is removing 1 lineman and maintaining status quo first half.
So then you're saying there's a chance?
Yes, exactly.
Well, I hope so, because Bernie needs to make this one into a good game here. Otherwise, we're just going to be going into the World Cup with a less than palpable game, but definitely, one in which we're expected to see these guys. You know what would be really funny? If these guys faced off against each other on the random draw in the World Cup in the first round.
That would be good, absolutely. So you're going to do the draw live on stream?
Yes, I am. And we'll be having a surprise guest as well, guys, so look out for that. And that's actually the normal thing what I do. I actually did a live draw for this World Cup Invitational. So that's going to be fun. And not
he
only that,
broke the 4!
Ah, the 4! Yeah,
no.
and not only that, it's also to engage the coaches and get them in on the live draw, some banter, introduce some of the teams as well so that people can see what is out there. Then I do some predictions.
Yeah, I just play games. And some people like to watch. I don't get why, but apparently that's a thing.
I know. Well, that's just how much I like just running the tournaments as well. Just me. I just love running tournaments. I like the intrigue. I love, that's why, for me, I had a league in which I ran so that I can do all these fun little tournament things and get the little fun formats going for my coaches and just have loads of fun. Me with my Khalifa. If I can get Mia Khalifa in here, that would be quite awesome. But no, that won't be the surprise guest, unfortunately.
So, first punch, removing a lineman.
And really, that's kind of why I'm so involved in the World Cup and just doing a lot of things.
It's a game!
Oh yeah! A death injury!
Murder.
Oh,
so, Mighty Blow not needed.
Who needs Mighty Blow? See, guys?
Well, the first one helped. And now for the 3 die from the Ogre. 3 out of the 3 removals. There we go. 3 die is good. Major going down. Aww.
Too bad, Ogre. This is why he's on the pitch, isn't it? Just to get another Mighty Blow hit in.
Well, it certainly helps. Yep.
Mighty Blow.
So, I'm going to go ahead and call Arzowane being down to 8 players at the most at the end of this drive. And then, overtime, Bernie still outnumbering Arzowane. That's going to be my guess.
I just can't say it out loud. I can't say Bernie's going to win. I can't. So Arzowane's still Arzowane still got this one, guys. I just can't say it out loud. Not yet. He can't make me do it. But now that I say that, Arzowane's going to tank the game and be like, he's just going to have to say it.
Come on, Bernie. Go. Do the thing.
So then, with this turning out the way it is, that means we only have, what, 2 Xbox console players representing, is that right? So I believe Shot is one of them, and I haven't seen what the Champions Cup 15 Xbox winner, who was that? Was that Drake? No, that was I thought that was PS4. No, PS4 was Bernie in the last round, and then I don't know. Who?
I don't watch Blood Bowl. I don't know.
I don't watch console Blood Bowl.
Oh.
So whoever wants to tell me, ooh, burn, guys.
Shots fired.
I don't cover it. Bernie covers PS4. Hey, you know what? If you guys want to see PS4 action, BernieBuffon, he's the man to go to. Xbox One. Okay, Drick, Gnome Slayer, and Blade. There we go. Thank you so much for that, Hunter. I thought you could only have 2. Jervis Johnson. Sure, Imperator.
That would actually be pretty cool.
I'll get him right in here, guys. Let me just pick up the phone. I got him on speed dial. He's number 3.
Now, come on. Let's see some proper defense. Enough of the 4.
Yep, breaking the 4 formation. Oh well, had to happen.
Alright, I'm just hoping for one more death. I think Bernie has it in him.
One more? Well, he's got the mighty blow players to do it. Bernie's record in the PC, 60% win rate. That's just on the ladder though, guys. Ladder, of course, is much different than playing in a private league setting.
All right. Now, given the guard differential, Bernie can't really afford to get completely connected everywhere. So he's going to be mostly sniping targets off, I believe.
Yeah, and of course, Arzowane putting the guard front line in there. But it appears Bernie doesn't want to have any of that stuff. Blitzes the right side, open things up, and might think about going around the right.
So, will we see more push connecting play, or is he just going to run past?
At this point, who knows what goes through the mind of console players, hey?
Well, logos.
Ah. I don't even know how they even play it. I mean, I don't know how much you know about it, Sage, but playing on the console is just like so difficult because you have to wait a good long bit to play, and then when you do play, okay, you get that matchup, and then afterwards, sure, you might want to play some more, but normally you end up playing against the same coach again because you two are basically the only guys queuing up. Well, I couldn't say that, but there are definitely peak times in which you have to go in there. So I mean, I just don't know. I don't know if I could play on the consoles. But
well,
the nice thing about playing on the console, though...
Don't forget the leagues. Don't forget the leagues. I mean, for me, Blood Bowl is primarily a league-based game. The ladder can be nice sometimes for easy pickup games, but league play is where it's at. And the consoles do have an active league scene. So there's a lot of appeal there still.
And the nice thing, too, about playing on the consoles is that because of these leagues, a lot of the players, they know each other, the people, and the community is a little bit more tighter knit than, say, the PC community. There are going to be some, cliques and some, groups that definitely know each other a lot better than the other. But in the Xbox and the PS4 community, they all like really know each other, and it's a pretty nice place to be, where everybody knows your name.
So, no fouls this turn, just casual advancing. Probably dodging away from the mighty blows at the end of the turn. There we go. Oh, still a foul actually. 2 assists, breaking armor, and another Arzowane player removed. Merely KO'd.
Look at that.
And still no send-off. The ref likes Bernie. He's an admin after all.
Look at that. The hacks. The hacks. The admin hacks.
So, how many players did I say Arzowane was going to have left? 8 max, right?
8. You said 8.
I said 8 max. He's got 8 right now, so... Well, okay. So far, so good.
Yeah, I guess your prediction might be true.
Yeah, it was a very weak and easy prediction. I should be ashamed of myself.
Living up to your name, the Sage.
Yeah. Well, when I adopted that name, I was still a slacker and stoner, so I kind of grew into it.
Stoner.
Yeah.
What you tell your students? Hey guys, I'm really just a slacker.
I tell them that. Sure. Cross-platform would be very, very good, but apparently it's quite hard to organize with the console platforms. Apparently.
Yeah, I would definitely. I'm for the cross-platform play. That would be so nice. But I believe it's more than just simply hooking up. I think there's some sort of Microsoft and Sony drama as well.
That is my understanding, but it's all secondhand knowledge. Ooh! Arzowane fighting back, Catcher leaving the pitch, but the Apothecary brings him right back on. Snap out of it, weakling, get back on there.
And you know, I really feel like at this point, it's starting to become a little serious now. Look at that.
Kid gloves are off.
Like I said, in the first half, it was kind of like, okay, you know, but then now, KO being taken away by the Apo.
Bit surprised that that guard does not assist here. Oh wait, he's down on the ground. I couldn't see because of the ogre. Yeah, that makes way more sense then. So,
Bloodbowl on the Switch? I don't think that's going to happen. Nintendo's too much of a kid lover.
That came out way wrong.
I think you heard what you wanted to hear there, Sage.
Well, I mean, we did have Blood Bowl 1 version on the tablet, so it is definitely possible, controls-wise at least, to play on more mobile platforms.
Yes, that is true, but I believe that was not for online play, though. Was it?
Don't know, but I'm sure someone in chat can confirm that for us.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't, but somebody can tell me now. Maybe Nethios can give me a whisper.
So, quite some room to advance across the diagonal here. So Bernie is probably gonna set up his formation just to the left of those two guard blitzers, provided this is a knockdown. Ooh. Yeah, that's a pretty limiting push. Then again, the thrower couldn't get that far either, and GFIs are pretty much out of the question in this weather.
Yeah.
There's not that much of a rush.
And not much of a rush, yeah, not at all. Ogres here, nice position here for the green human team, so able to help pave the way if need be.
Ah, those are the green ones. Yes.
Oh, looks like surround on the ogre, so we're gonna see a hit on him.
And a foul. Definitely a foul. I mean, Bernie has been fouling linemen so far, so he's definitely fouling an ogre too. Right?
You know, at this point, I hope so, but he kind of hit him the wrong way for extra assists.
Yeah, that does suggest that he might not want to go for that.
Yeah, if he was going to go for the foul, probably should have hit him left, get one more assist up, and then get the foul on over the top.
Yep. Then again, leaving the ogre isolated where all he can do is stand up and mark one lineman is positionally very effective, if not numbers-wise.
Blood Bowl stratagems? I thought we were supposed to just, you know, move the pieces and hope for the touchdown.
Yeah. Are you sure we're watching the same game?
That too.
Wow, that was such a long wait for one square move.
He's just gonna go all the way around for the one square.
Ah, there is a foul and a removal.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yes, a mighty blow tackler.
And again, the 9 on the injury. No send off. This is really, really dominant from Bernie. However, it's still maintaining status quo. There's still KO rolls to be made for the 3 knocked out players. So it's not the end of the world. It just means that overtime is getting more and more likely with every removal.
Yeah. The humans of the green team, they are just putting the boot to the work. Got the extra sharp cleats on the bottom of their soles there.
So Arzowane must be getting close to giving up any kind of defense for this half. I mean, 7 players against still 11, I think? Yeah, 7 against 11. And the Ogre is not feeling it. The Ogre is like, no, no, coach, I ain't getting up. I'm tired. Just let me be.
Boneheaded there. Convenient.
Well, he's actually got to protect the Ogre now. Because if he leaves the Ogre lying there and keeps these columns up, chances are he's going to move over to the left with his entire formation and gangfile the Ogre next.
Yeah. And that would definitely be a really good play on Bernie's end if he is going to do that. He's got the spare players, and not only that, he doesn't need to push for the score as of yet. So
yeah, and it's where,
absolutely open.
It's where he's got to head for positionally anyway. So yeah, I would not be surprised if that's what we're seeing here.
Gang fouls coming up. 10 feet in the face of one Ogre. Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. Interestingly, Mattia doesn't think that Bernie is scoring, even though he's playing 11 versus 8 right now and about to gangfile the Ogre out. So, I'm glad we have some points of contention here.
Yeah, I guess so. Otherwise, he's going to leave that guy holding the fence for a little while up in the front porch, I guess. I can only imagine it now. This guy's just outside in the heat. Come on, man. When are you going to be done with your match?
He's going for the chain push. Yeah, I was wondering whether he'd do that. Blitzing from right of the Ogre and then pushing the thrower back towards the side where all of the humans or all of the defenders already are. See, like that. That's a nice play. It also means that the player north of the prone Ogre is actually assisting on the foul now.
Yeah, so now he's gonna have some extra help. I love it.
He hasn't chosen to move the thrower over to the side where the gang foul is happening, so the ball is still getting protected from over here. But he's definitely got a more dominant presence in the midfield, which means Arzowane cannot protect everywhere, because he's got the Bernie has the option of moving to the left flank, but he doesn't have to, because if that gets covered, he can just proceed along the right flank as initially intended. Plenty of players, so let's gear up for a stomp on the Ogre's head.
Get him!
Well, that's not his head! Ouch! Oh, there we go!
Oh, there's gonna be the final call out there. Finally!
The ref has finally decided that too much favoritism is not acceptable, and he has spotted Bernie's transgressions.
I almost think the goblin was just like, okay, you're out, finally. It's only because he just gave the Ogre a stun. I think that's what it really is. Yes, indeed. And both coaches have qualified for the World Cup. And basically an exhibition match, but one in which the smack talk is real in the PS4 community.
Well, not only that, but this entire tournament is held between 8 Champions Cup winners, between 8 people who have qualified again and again and again, who have shown up at high places in the Champions Cup listing. And so seeing a tournament between 8 such highly skilled coaches is of course glorious, and getting to win that is an honor in and of itself. So what do you say, left or right?
I'm gonna go straight ahead.
No, I'm going with right on this one. I think the catcher on the right flank is getting blitzed. The ogre is moving in there, and then a lot of the Bernie humans will be walking forwards along the right flank.
I would agree with you, except I think I would like to see more fouls. So I think
More
Bernie's just going to
violence.
use up this entire turn to just foul, and then.
that would be interesting.
I think that would be a statement, wouldn't it? I mean, if you were playing Blood Bowl, right, and you were playing seriously, and you had this position, and you don't necessarily need to move yet, you can just get the foul on and then just, all right, hit end turn, that's it. I'm done.
As a statement, I mean, you know, I kind of like it. I think it does, you know, it's a display of dominance, which is definitely interesting.
It's like, look at me. I'm going to spend this whole turn just to foul your one ogre, and that's it. That's how much of a dominating position I am.
Yeah, I like this. This is a very strong advance. Making sure that even getting the screen up in front of him is going to be difficult because of that catcher. This means Arzowane will have to remove that catcher to even get his players to swing around and get in front of the moving formation.
Mm-hmm.
And that's even before the ogre has butted in and made Arzowane's life even more difficult. I guess he's going to stand right in front of this guard here. Keep him busy for a turn. And then we're going to see the catcher skedaddle.
Looks like he is going to be doing what you suggested. Just move along the right side, play some proper Blood Bowl. Of course, Arzowane will have to react. Likely try to just get, if anything, the score is almost going to be a guarantee, and I would probably bet that Arzowane would likely just blitz down one of the catchers there on the top left, and then hopefully get a break there, and then move along the front.
I think if it hadn't been snowing, that Cody Oberwald, the catcher who just dodged, would have actually gone towards the end zone instead of back, and made the screen even wider. But he would have needed GFIs for that, and in the snow you don't really want to rely on those.
Yeah, and that's one of the most interesting things about Blood Bowl. The change of weathers, all the different things that could happen in Blood Bowl. So much fun to see. It's just some random things that happen that's totally out of your control. That's why I play Blood Bowl.
Jimmy is making a very valid point. All of these coaches are good enough that you could run the same tournament several times and get different top threes, just because the skill level of all of these coaches is good enough that in the end, occasional freak mistakes, but mostly also RNG elements will be determining who manages to take it home. If you look at the Lord's Orcs, for example, their armor, that kind of thing can ruin any coach's day, especially when faced with good opposition, as in this tournament.
Yeah, and that's the thing about Blood Bowl. I mean, with all things pretty much being equal, then at that point, it's gonna be left to that 10% that you really just can't control, that 20%, and that's just one of those things in which that's Blood Bowl, baby. I mean, there's no guarantees, and so you get to this high of a level, and this is where you want to be. Surely you could beat the average coaches, but now when you're playing against the top coaches like this, it's just going to be one of those things where at least you can ride with the big boys and you'll have a chance.
The same thing applies for the final rounds of most league qualifiers as well. That by the time you make it to that top, your chances are rather similar to your opponents.
Yeah, and so having a group stage would definitely help out, weed out some of the less as good or perhaps less lucky coaches, but definitely one of those things in which, if we had more time, would be a little bit more fruitful.
Yeah, the problem is that organizing that across big groups can be quite a hassle.
Yeah.
but I can definitely see the appeal. Then again, we've all had group stages already in the league qualifiers. I don't mind it. I just think that the final stages of the league side of things could have done with a bit more attention. Ooh, another of Arzowane's players leaving. This time the thrower. That is going to hurt for overtime.
Really gonna hurt there. Well, the blizzard is up still, but I mean, it would have been nice to be a little bit more passy by the end.
Yeah, especially since GFIs are not an option. Having access to pass might just make a difference in how far you're able to move the ball.
Very much true. Tripairs said that the Invitational had the toughest requirements, far tougher than the World Cup, but the point of the Invitational was not for really the normal people to get in. It was just so that we can reward people who has made it to the Champions Cup multiple times and couldn't get a ticket otherwise.
That's not technically true, since one of the requirements was not qualifying anywhere else.
Well, that is true too, but it was basically a last chance for good players to try to get into the World Cup.
What I do like about this is that there's a spread of rewards for coaches who do well in ladder. Like the last 2 seasons, you can actually win it in the Champions Cup, but in addition to that, the people who've done consistently well are still given a shot via the Invitational Cup. And altogether, I do think that the format for qualifying has improved significantly.
Yes, indeed.
Bernie also positioning in order to get pushed into the end zone. Let's see if we can see him get Bernied himself this time.
But you think he learned from watching himself play?
No blitz. Last minute blitz, I guess. Yeah, this is pretty safe from getting pushed though. Yeah, there's the blitz.
It may be safe, but all you need is a 6 for automatic success, and that's it. And that's the difference. That's what makes Blood Bowl so much more different. You just can't guarantee anything. 6s are always good, 1s are always bad.
So, Arzowane has 1 shot at force... Or that.
Misclick?
I assume so. Or misreading the situation, not realizing that there was a guy in the way. Arzowane had 1 shot at forcing a touchdown and making sure that this doesn't go to overtime, but that didn't happen. We're going to see 1 more blitz. We're going to see 1 more gang foul. And then we're going to a 1-turn attempt and probably overtime.
Indeed. And much to the chagrin of the fence holder, he has to hold it for probably another 30 more minutes. Feel the burn. Oh no. B-E-R-N, burn. Oh god.
Oh, no blitz, no foul. Straight up score? Was that turn 15?
It was turn 15.
Oh? Why? Oh, because of the fence. I did so much.
The fence, guys, the fence.
Well, that was interesting decisions from both coaches there. Ogres tripping on a 4+ that wasn't needed. Giving up a stall that wasn't needed. Huh.
Well, you know, that last possession produced a lot of armor breaks and a lot of injuries and a couple of KOs there. And because of that, we won't be able to see the 4 formation so well. That's the real loss here that I get from this.
Also, if he's using the 4 formation against a 2-turn, that would be a bit bad.
Like, wait a second, guys. We have to defend here. No worries, Mattia. You didn't miss anything. Just something about your mother. I'm not sure, but
Can they get banned for not playing competitively? Just checking. You're the admin. You know this. Oh, so are they.
Yeah, so are they. But they're lowly PS4 admins, not PC admins. You know, the true master race.
I'm a bit disappointed at the lack of frenzy in this tournament.
Well, that's why again, Necros, right? I mean, werewolves.
Yeah, but I could have even seen one human blitzer pick up frenzy when the other has mighty blow tackle. There's especially if the rest of your team picks up lots of guard.
Yesterday I was a closet console coach. Now I'm a console hater. I love it. How the crowds can be swayed.
There's no winning this one.
Indeed. Humans.
Okay.
Green humans.
I guess the logic here is just I want to be able to reply to what he's doing, but then they would be better off even clumped up into the center altogether, because then they could go to either flank if needed. Then again, the catcher and the blitzer are pretty fast, so they can reach anywhere they want.
Yeah, so Arzowane doesn't need a 1 turn. He could just do a 2-turn touchdown, and it appears Bernie just wants to make him not really earn it, but prove it.
Yeah. So Jimmy is saying that the value of frenzy is lower when you're playing against very good opponents, simply because they don't let themselves get served. That is true, but of course the positional advantage you get by them positioning in such a way that they can't get served is still advantageous. It can quite often clear you a line on the side that you wouldn't be getting if you didn't have frenzy to force them to stay away from the sidelines.
Yeah, but of course, I can't blame the human team for not going frenzy, of course, because they didn't know coming into the tournament what each other were going to play. They were kind of expecting, okay, yeah, Crucifer's likely going to choose a Dwarven team, maybe even Chaos Dwarf, but maybe even more bashy teams like Orcs and things like that. And so I don't blame them for going for the extra guard and not for the frenzy.
And for the 2 mighty blow tackles.
Mighty blow tackles. I'm not laughing at you, Bernie. I'm laughing with you.
So, no thrower here. That makes life a little bit harder. He's choosing not to use a catcher in the backfield for the extra movement for the pickup. That I find a little bit surprising. Then again, having 2 catchers forward for the receiving in the end isn't bad either.
Yeah.
Not a very kind kick.
Missing that throw is going to hurt a little bit, but of course he couldn't throw medium or long passes anyway. But still, it's like you said, the thrower could have just picked it up and then thrown it to the front line and then not worry about the GFIs.
Hello?
Now start
I'm sorry.
off right.
That'll
wake you up in the morning.
I may have bumped and muted myself. Hello. Another removal. Hey. Lovely. Jimmy, could you stop making so much sense?
You guys are agreeing? Somebody take a picture of this moment.
Well, Jimmy still has the slogan "He's always right," and he very, very often is. Usually when we agree. He's also said that the reason he's always right is because he tends to state the obvious. Which, I think he's right. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I agree with that statement. Jimmy's always 100% right when we agree.
Right. So, lots of scoring threats spread out across the pitch, making sure that he doesn't have to commit to any one side. Now, this one lineman over here threatens a little bit. That's going to be a problem.
Oh, he's bringing up the England game. Oh, no.
Don't mention the football. So the very backfield defense means that the ball is not going to be threatened much except by this lineman, which is easily screened off. Will we see the catcher take the left flank to fill out the range of scoring options? Or will we see it keep back to be handed off to or passed to?
Yeah, I think at this point it almost
or
doesn't matter if he,
or he's going to try and move the ball to the catcher now. No, really? Before even trying the pickup? This could be disastrous. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, at least he doesn't need GFIs and stuff. But if this pickup fails, okay, here comes the pass.
But there comes the
Here
pass.
comes the pass. It's good. And the catch. Wow, that is a lot of ground covered. He is very limited to this flank, though. See, what I expect is going to happen is Arzowane is going to blitz and kill Cox, the blitzer in the center. And then he's going to screen off the right flank. See, Bernie basically cannot choose to switch sides much anymore. And that might prove very, very costly here.
You mean Arzowane?
Yeah, sorry.
But yeah, I mean, now the green humans could put up a big old screen right in front of that cage and then just make it to where the human's going to have to make some sort of dodgy maneuver to get out the way.
That's not what's going to happen either, though.
Well, you could just begin with the blitz, though.
Yeah, but I would have expected the guard blitzer in the center to be the blitz target, and then to have the screen lined up on the flank. Because that guard blitzer poses basically the main side switch chance. This blitz doesn't do that much, really.
I think Bernie just wanted to use the mighty blow, to be honest. And the tackle. See here, Spartaco had a frenzied war dancer.
The thing is, this double screen would be as effective without that blitz. Whereas the blitz on the guard in the center would have actually had added value. He does have the tacklers in the back row, so even if he punches one of those three away, he's still got the tackle option.
Yeah, he definitely needs to blitz down the guy Cox in the middle there, so that he wouldn't have that nice switchback to the right side there, or I should say left on your screen.
Thank you. Yes.
Speaking of which, I should change sides there. So that we're not just talking about sides and we're all lost.
All right. So, 2-die blitz, 4+ handoff, 3+ dodge.
Yep.
You can even make it himself with 2 GFIs from here after the catcher gets blitzed. Still needs a dodge, but
yep. So we should see a 3-die block coming up on the lone guy marking the guard player, and then a a blitz on the catcher. And then, yes, just as you said.
Nope.
Nice little dodge away for the victory. Oh, he's actually gonna blitz? Oh, okay. So...
Well, I guess it's after the handoff, it's still 3-3-3 for him.
Yeah, I guess the handoff still works. But now the catcher without... But now the dodge without dodge, right?
Yeah, and 2 GFIs. Yeah, I would have rather just blitzed the catcher instead of getting this guy free.
And
the reroll. Reroll the dodge, and he's down.
Down for the count.
We are going to overtime, and the guard blitzer is KO'd, and the Apo is used.
Look at that. And just kind of missing it there a little bit by the end for Arzowane. Could have had a little bit of an easier chance at the touchdown.
Given how this defense was kind of sloppy, but the offense was as well, I guess overtime and let them duke it out is probably the best thing to do.
Yes, indeed. And it appears that we do need more time to decide this one here. The grand finals between two great coaches from the PS4. 1-1, Bernie and Arzowane. Who's going to get the better of it? Of course, in the overtime period, it is going to be sudden death overtime. First person to score a touchdown will win the game. So, of course, winning the coin toss is quite crucial. And it appears, unos y calabas, Arzowane. Nobody expected the Spanish Inquisition. And it's going to be receiving the ball.
So yeah, Bernie setting up. Well, Bernie actually posted on Discord, haha, what an error for me, I've just given him the win. I think the non-stalling was actually accidental.
I don't know about that, but
10 versus 10, is that right?
Monkey rolls.
10 versus 10, overtime. Bernie has 4 rerolls, Arzowane has 2.
I missed you too, Mattia. Don't worry, more World Cup games coming up. And I'll be back live for the semifinals and the grand finals. I've already scheduled my vacation, so I will be there unless a train hits me.
Yep, same here, unless I'm playing.
Yeah, you'll get to see the Sage as well. That guy too.
Yeah, I hope you'll get to see me on the pitch, but I wouldn't mind casting either.
Yeah, certainly. I'm just drinking the haterade all the way around.
So Arzowane's stuck on only 2 rerolls, but receiving, which is a huge advantage.
Yeah, he does have the nice advantage going into this overtime period, and of course, if Arzowane loses it now and goes the other way, then Bernie will definitely take it and take that momentum into the World Cup. So, I mean, there may be more at stake, right? I mean, momentum.
Sure.
You don't believe in momentum? Come on now.
Yeah, no.
Stifled quite easily by the Nuffle.
I mean, I think momentum is a big factor within the game when it comes to snowballing and getting more blocks in because you have more players. But I don't expect the psychological side of it to be that influential. Damn it, Sage, stop being so scientisty.
Well, you know, I think it does, right? I mean, you got to be feeling good about a victory over a good coach, regardless of if it's still exhibition. You were still trying to play to win, obviously.
Very true. Except when you're making 4 symbols.
So, I think both coaches still want to win, but it's just one of those things where, yeah.
Arzowane got an extra reroll, but lost it straight away, rolling double skulls. Bernie also got an extra reroll, and has 5 of them to use in no more than 8 turns, and probably even fewer.
Nice.
So, now that he's rolled double skulls, he's going to think twice about where the ball is and what's going to happen if he rolls it again, or if he fails the pickup. So he's going to have to be a bit more defensive about this offensive drive. Or not. Well, this is also risk mitigating, I guess. Catchers can still cover the ball.
Oh. Bernie actually did message me. It was like, oh, massive error, so maybe he did
Exactly.
mess up there. This is what we can expect from console players, guys. Just kidding. No, but really.
Alright. No double skulls, but more pushing. Very, very ineffective turn from Arzowane. Still has the 3 die coming up, though. Which is more pushing. Bernie must be enjoying this right now.
The fame coming in to play. Let's see here. In the resurrection mode, do they still collect the fame?
They don't get fan factor, I believe. Nope, the team value stays the same. The fame you do get, because that's also based on the roll at the start of the game.
Let's see here, yeah.
Pickup is good. I think he's going to hang back there, but he could still walk forward.
Arzowane with a chance to take the win. Will he be able to do it, guys? Will he be able to not live up to his team name and punch it in for the touchdown? 5 rerolls for Bernie. So if he gets into overtime...
5 rerolls, huh? Must be a console coach.
He's taking too many rerolls, guys.
Alright. So, like I said, a very defensive offense from Arzowane after that opening with double skulls. No knockdown, 1 knockdown, no removals. So the initiative is all Bernie's. Still faced with guard. Still the potential to outbash, but now also needing to take away Arzowane's ball.
Just what I always wanted to see. Bernie trying to get to Arzowane's balls.
Will we see a 3 die from the ogre on the garter, maybe? That looks like one of the options.
Looks like, though, he's just going to opt for the midfield play. Put the screen up here. Just wait for Arzowane to get a little closer and then pounce. Pounce on those balls.
So, columns in place. He has the potential of actually getting a 2 die on the ogre as well. Ooh. That's a place.
Just having a field day. I'm providing too many sound bites.
Choosing the both down over the push, since you can at least tussle with both these players. That's going to mean a 1 die against the ogre or dodging out. Choosing to blitz there
that he
instead of on
didn't
the
take
flank.
that push there, but I guess the ogre, he wanted to just mark up a couple of players there. But
Ooh, the 1 die is good though. Yeah, I expected him to blitz the leftmost lineman and actually create room to get a 2 die on the ogre, but that didn't happen.
well, looks like Bernie just wants to continue playing with a little fire here.
Yep, definitely the more aggressive way of doing things.
Blitz with the ogre. Yeah. Looks like the Mighty Blow tackler on the far left there, or far right, should just hang out.
Oh,
Whichever
right.
way you
We were taking the offense view, weren't we? There we go.
Yeah.
That didn't work. I pressed it twice. There we go.
Yeah,
Sorry about that.
sometimes it's touchy. The switch view doesn't always work for some reason. I don't know.
We have now switched views. We are looking no longer from Bernie's perspective, but rather from Arzowane's perspective. Arzowane is on offense in overtime, and Bernie is either contemplating the position of his last Mighty Blow tackle, or accepting delivery of offense. Alright. Arzowane's turn. Gets a free punch with the Mighty Blow tackle. That's more like it. Also freeing up the ogre to get into position, or maybe even blitz. Obviously the room for Arzowane is on the right flank right now.
Does have a little space there, and yes,
okay.
this thing's going to be ticking up, and so the foul is definitely coming in that position.
That's his
Bit
ogre.
risky though.
That's his ogre.
Oh yes, that's his ogre. Sorry, busy looking at chat. Whole bunch of racist and specious comments.
So basically, chat was saying all these humans look the same, and then you confused the humans. way to contradict them.
Damn it! I'm so sorry.
Well, to be fair, you were confusing the ogres and not the humans, but still. Yeah, ogre blitzes. Coming in from this side, gets merely a push, but that's still pretty helpful. Still creates some forward strength. Not going to follow that up, merely keeping the position here. And then he gets to try at 1 die the other ogre, but this 1 die is not nearly as good. And with only 2 rerolls, he cannot afford to reroll that. And the armor is broken, and he's not going to play next turn.
Wow, pretty risky there to do the 1 die there against the Mighty Blow. With...
He had to. He had to. There was no way of getting an assist, and this was still the better play. If he had 5 rerolls like Bernie, he would have totally rerolled that. I mean, Bernie actually... Last turn, Bernie did the same to him. That's why the ogre was down. But it was a bit more successful.
Try and go tit for tat.
So, initiative very much over to Bernie.
You know, Bernie has quite a few interesting options. Can definitely try to get into that cage if he wanted to. You know, hit with the ogre and then a blitz on the Mighty Blow tackler on the corner of the cage. Just poke himself in there if you want it. Blitz around the back against the catcher even. Well, I don't know if he has an easy blitz on that. So plenty of options here for Bernie.
He could have even chain pushed his ogre into a position where the ogre could then block his way into the cage. Bernie, burn in the rerolls. Might as well. Doesn't help. Getting connected, getting in there.
Indeed.
Mighty Blow tackle next to the catcher, but easy to remove still.
Yeah, ogre right there.
So Bernie's getting a bit more aggressive. Let's wait and see. I guess that's because the catchers are further forward and more of a threat. Needs to keep one of the mighty blow tackles in the backfield, I think, to protect against the runaway catcher. Not that far in the backfield, but at least can't commit them both to going forward.
If anything, we'll see a sweeping maneuver to the backfield to at least mark up that catcher.
Ogre is probably going to block one of these and keep this flank secure. We could see this catcher in the back of Arzowane's formation actually getting marked. I think that might be viable.
That's what I just said. Hey, that just validates my strategy. Yes. Let it be known, VGP knows how to play. That definitely helps out.
There it is.
Opening things up for the easy move in.
Is that catcher gonna block?
Looks like he's setting up for it. Yeah. Gonna be able to take him down, I think.
There's a lot of pressure here. That's
good stuff.
It's going to be a very, very interesting turn coming up from Arzowane. Yeah, Ogre by himself keeping that flank. Oh, wow. Oh,
nice.
Wow.
Wow.
And that also... Yeah, and that also chain pushes one of the players away from the ball. Or that.
No, actually, gonna do that. I guess the nice thing is that the Ogre is down, so he won't get a chance to do a real attack unless he gets a blitz with them.
Yeah, he can blitz it free. Oh, he does it with the Ogre, okay.
Oh, yeah, there you go. He will do it with the Ogre after all.
Yeah, since he already had an assist there, I expected him to blitz it free with the blitzer, but I guess he wants him available to move around and do different stuff with.
Yeah, that is nice to have, to use the blitz to try to open up some holes instead of trying to use it more or less defensively to just free your ball carrier. That would have just stopped the momentum here on the cage, but now with the blitz.
Yeah. Ooh, more double skulls. Gotta reroll that.
Got to.
Yeah, into a push. So Arzowane has basically spent his entire turn trying to undo what Bernie did to him, spending a reroll in the process, not getting forward, giving up a lot of initiative still, and there's a tackler in the cage right now with no other safe space to go.
Yeah.
Still looking very, very tough for Arzowane here.
Well, looks like he's gonna have to, well, go potato.
I doubt it. He does have the option of hiding along the right flank a little bit.
Well, he could get the Ogre. Maybe just maybe try to push him away, open things up, and on the left side maybe, or just back all the way up. I mean, that could be an option. He's definitely gonna have to retreat here. He can't just stand right next to the tackle, Mighty Blow.
Yeah, not even with the guard assist. Oh, he's already blitzed, of course, as well. Yeah, my memory doesn't last more than 2 minutes. So that makes the right flank a lot less appealing, actually. Very, very tough call here.
Yeah, that is definitely a tough call. And that's kind of why you were saying earlier, the blitz coming from the blitzer instead probably would have been a little bit more prudent there, because now, after the Ogre blitz, now he's at a position where if he doesn't break the armor, like you see right there, he's just He's stuck now. He has to go somewhere.
Yeah. And his formation only allows one good safe spot. And that's not safe because of where that that tackler is. Agreed. 40 seconds remaining. Think fast, Arzowane.
You may have to just go 2 squares right and then just dodge away and then 1 die to try to make things safe. Or that.
Okay, so now he's assisting for a 2 die here.
Okay,
that's a POW,
yes.
That's important.
Good stuff there. Critical.
Keeping the tackler marked. Alright.
That still doesn't open things up too good, but as a start.
Oh, and the 1 die there is good too. Oh, that was huge. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my gosh, 1 die, big time plays.
Nice. Nice stuff.
Did he just get out of danger?
1 turn of breathing room at least for Arzowane. Still down to 1 reroll. Clock is ticking. Still down in players. Giving up 1 free punch on the guard there. Yes, that punch. No good though.
Oh, just a push. That's nice
so
for Arzowane.
I would not be surprised to see Bernie's Ogre stand next to the ball carrying catcher at the end of this turn. Nope, he doesn't.
No. It's a simple stand up. I like that. Still holds up the left side there.
Yeah, this is also a very valid blitz, of course. Gets the tackler onto both catchers, one of which is stunned at the moment. Still, tackle on the ball carrier. It's very helpful.
Beautiful.
Stun also limits. Tackle. Yeah, and the stun also limits the potential for handing off or moving away. Yeah.
And look at that. The mighty blow actually coming into the injury gives that just enough for a stun.
Sorry.
The mighty blow coming into. For the injury?
No, he was 1 short of a KO. Yeah.
Yeah. Would have been nice to get 1 more.
Yeah, I like that position for this catcher a lot. I mean, Arzowane has 1 reroll, so a 2 die block with without block is not very appealing. Pow push not good enough. And this makes it way harder for Arzowane to get safe.
And you can kind of see now, both players now are really, or both coaches now are really thinking of long and hard now. This is absolutely gloves are off, and they are playing to win.
I think we're just going to see the 4 players in the middle in front of that ogre form up into 2 columns of 2 to make sure that the Arzowane's team cannot progress without without some serious dice. I mean, he's already got a column on the right. He's already got the ogre on the left. I think we're just going to see 2 columns here.
Yeah. And of course, Bernie, he doesn't even need to play aggressively or anything like that. He does have the advantage going into the overtime kickoffs, penalty kicks, if necessary. So he just needs to play strong and solid and make Arzowane do something.
Very true. Stealing the ball is not as crucial when you're 4-1 in in reroll leads. Absolutely. Okay, guard at the front here. Oh no, never mind. He didn't move yet. There we go. That's what I was thinking.
There you go.
Columns. So yeah, 3 neat columns and the ogre for the 4th, which is pretty much a column in and of itself because it's very hard to move. Mighty blow tackle keeping the ball carrier busy. So doing anything means freeing that up first of all. And that means that there's no way to deal with all the other obstructions. So staying in place is about the best he's got.
Yep.
And of course, staying in place is probably not going to be good enough for Arzowane. He needs to get going, but numbers are making that pretty tough.
Bernie making
Actually,
it so difficult here. Arzowane really wants to move the ball as quickly as he can.
I said numbers, but it's really the differential between a couple of block dice. Bernie has kept a lot of initiative here, mostly because his knockdowns have been good, whereas Arzowane's have been pretty bad. Because they're both playing with 9 players. And the fact that Bernie manages to dominate is mostly through a couple of block dice that were all pushes and skulls for Arzowane, and 1 die knockdowns, sometimes even from Bernie.
Yeah.
So
A little bit
Arzowane,
of dodge. Wow.
Yeah, Arzowane's basically waiting for a moment where he can get a turn that has a bit more of a chance, but initiative is still very much Bernie's.
Yeah, and quite honestly, the way that Bernie has set up and the way that Arzowane was ending up getting stuck there, Bernie doesn't even need to do anything. He could just maybe blitz the corner of the cage, get another guy back in there, and then just wait again. There's no real need to do anything.
Rinse and repeat. Yep. And this time it's probably the Mighty Blow tackle getting blitzed instead of the... oh, or not.
Yeah, likely. Oh, well, I guess it's that corner. I suppose that works just as well. At the moment, you want to just stifle the attempt going right. Oh.
And that is a big hit. That is a Garter going out. Brings the guard differential to only 1 player.
And there you go. The KO coming out from the 7. The Mighty Blow.
Yep.
Earlier I was like, oh, wouldn't it have been nice if it was one more point, but this time he does get the 1 more and does get the removal.
Yep. Mighty Blow doing a thing. And just getting the numbers advantage is already quite an asset here.
Oh yeah, he's achieving so much from that right there.
Does the ogre even move? I mean, it's got to be tempting, but losing that ogre in that corner might just make a lot of difference as well.
Yeah, Arzowane almost can't even afford to just make the move there with the ogre holding up the center. If he drops his tackle zones due to the bonehead, then it'll just make his life so much more difficult. And potato play may just have to come to mind again.
Yeah, I like how this drive has this power balance where Bernie is much stronger, but Arzowane's the one actually holding the ball. So it's in at any moment.
Yeah, Bernie's actually going to bring some help in.
Oh, that's the bonehead I was worried about. I said, does he dare move that ogre? Because that is an important position that he's occupying. Important enough to try and succeed the loner.
Oh,
wow.
Man. That right there speaks just how right you were. Bonehead, and had to re-roll it right there. If he didn't, he would drop the left side, and Arzowane's humans would be able to just flood the left side and then get away from danger.
Yeah. So it's very sensible in terms of he needed to have that ogre standing there. I think he didn't need to move it per se. However, if Arzowane manages to doesn't manage to score, but neither does Bernie, losing that reroll is actually potentially very costly, because now he's only 2 points in the lead for eventual penalty kickoffs. Those of you who don't know, penalty kickoffs are represented in the game by people kicking balls, but what's actually going on is both coaches roll a d6 and add their number of remaining team rerolls, and whoever has highest wins.
It is worth to note that to get the pluses, you have to spend the plus to actually get it.
Sorry? You broke up halfway through.
So to actually get the reroll added to the kick, you actually have to spend it to get the plus. So if you had 3 left and the kick is on for the penalty, then you would get the +3 if you spend it. But then for the next kick, it would get a +2, and then you would spend it again to get that +2. You see what I mean?
Nope.
Well then, maybe this will go into kickoff overtime, and then we will see.
Ooh. Oh, 1 in 81! Look at that! Oh, the last reroll gone, and the cage wide open. Or at least about to be.
Yep.
Ouch. Ouch. Ouch.
This is a
ouch.
great moment here in Bernie's.
What am I saying? About to be? The Mighty Blow tackler is still right there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, well,
Arzowane.
everybody is standing. Yeah. Don't you go and confuse these human players. Starting off with the push there, but that's okay. He's still got another guy to help out with the 2-die block.
If he makes this a chain push, then he can actually get another punch from the Mighty Blow tackle as well. Indeed. If the catcher swings around, fills the remaining spot.
Indeed, the catcher coming around from the top right, but
he doesn't, but he gets the POW anyway.
Down die. And the ball is no.
Well,
gonna end up in the wrong hands there.
Wow, it saves him the pickup.
Arzowane.
Arzowane's still getting his team clobbered here. There's a free 2-die there. There's a 1-die there that can very easily beat 2.
But at least the ball doesn't scamper away due to a catcher picking it up or getting
that is
handed
true.
off to him. Yeah.
That would have been end of story, and now they're still.
End of game.
So you're telling me there's a chance? Yes.
Indeed. Yes.
And the guard of Arzowane's is actually positioned well to get a 2-die going against the ball carrier.
Bernie. At least he's got the ball, and he's about to go the other way with it. Bernie looking so dominating. Bernie, I didn't know you were such a great Blood Bowl player. What happened? Man.
There's the 2-die from the catcher.
Blood Bowl Kool-Aid. Hanging out with that warp stone. I think that's what it is.
Oh, he still has the blitz too. Oh, and he re-rolls for a both down. Not only does he not get the chain push, but he spends a re-roll. Ooh.
I don't think that was too necessary, but it's better that he actually did get the both down die, so that at least he doesn't have to push the ball carrier or whoever he wants away and then have an easier time using the character. Because now he's able to still get a 2-die with the catcher.
True. And still get a chain push.
Yeah. And now he's down, so that's what he really wanted there.
Yep. If this breaks armor, that's also pretty important.
There we go. He could have chose either one of those fellas.
No armor break, but at least he's keeping the ogre busy now. Guard's still in a good spot, though.
Yeah.
So
he should still have a shot at it.
Yeah, he's getting a 2-die here. No reroll, though. And scatter is going to be pretty bad. If the 2-die is a push, he... Huh? I thought Major was blitzing.
Oh, you thought he was blitzing? Oh,
I would have blitzed.
So
I would have blitzed with Major.
Oh, yeah.
Because then he would be on a push, he would still have a block with the ogre. And at least the direction would be helpful. Now he wants to blitz with
Solomon. Mighty Blow tackler.
Yeah, but he's going to need to remove another assist first, which he does.
Yeah, he's got it right there. But yeah, your way was definitely a bit better because, as you said there, the ogre could have helped out after the chain push.
Yeah, makes it without the extra dice. And this does create a spot which is fairly wide open. And a removal, that's what we like to see. Hein Fritz Oberwald will not be returning.
The only guard piece for
Ooh.
Bernie as well. So that is a huge key piece. Not going to be easy to get to the ball, though. That's a
1, 2,
not
3,
easy
4,
scatter.
5, 6, 7.
To get to.
The Cox Blitzer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's still
he's gonna have
a
to
3+.
Maybe make a 5+.
It's a 3+ to market with the Blitzer.
Oh, with the coming around the top. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can at least mark the ball, but not an easy.
The catcher's not going to do much.
He's going to have to do a 3+ dodge away, or either that or 4, 5, 6, 8. Oh boy, GFIs.
Yeah, this scatter favors Bernie absolutely. Oh, despite the snow,
yes, he's going to get it.
I don't think you dare go further, right? I mean, you might try and get the catcher in there with a lot of silly luck or something.
Well, the way that the ball is, maybe. Well, looks like no.
Nope, not gonna happen.
I was about to say, with the ball being right there, and Bernie's guys are actually in a good position, may have thought about maybe picking it up there and then just trying to get away with it and maybe throwing it or just making it a little bit of easier time to get to the ball. Do something crazy with it. But yeah, marking the ball.
Time is becoming a real factor here. Yeah, I think the fact that it's snowing also makes it a lot tougher. So, time is becoming a bit of a factor. Bernie needs to score in 3 turns from here. Still needs to get that ball loose. There's a lot of players who are not quite free to move around just yet. Arzowane's Ogre is doing very, very good job keeping the Mighty Blow tackle and the thrower busy right now. And given how Bernie does not have that many rerolls, I mean 2, and you might want to save them for penalty shootouts, getting to use sure hands is definitely desirable, but not easy with this setup.
Yes, indeed. The 3rd place match already played. And Pupak did get one over Dom Lord earlier today, where the last ticket for the World Cup was given out.
So the 3 coaches going to the World Cup are Bernie, who's already qualified, Pupak, and Arzowane. Congratulations to all 3. They will be part of the group of 64 coaches competing for the Blood Bowl 2 World Cup 2018, with $30,000 in prizes, including $10K in cash and 2 magnificent gaming PCs, sponsored by Asus Republic of Gamers. Yes. Yep. It's almost like I've said this before, isn't it? Yeah, humans going 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place is pretty spectacular, absolutely.
Went to come for the World Cup? Who knows?
Yeah, Deadman. Went to the humans is a good summary. Ooh, opening with a 1 die and getting the knockdown.
Big hits. Definitely needed that to start.
That's spectacular, absolutely.
After much thought there, actually. Putting the safety back there just in case anything goes wrong. The lineman thought pretty long and hard about the next move. And reluctantly went for the 1 die blitz, but paid off. Now he should be able to free the catcher. Or he could just do that. And of course, you know, console players will do what console players do best.
Fall?
Looks like.
Alright, alright. So, everything's still actually really, really scary here. Because with that dodge fail, initiative is back to Arzowane.
Yes,
Oh, that hurts. That hurts.
Down, and now he's gonna have to do a whole bunch of dodges here to get to the ball carrier and stop him. Otherwise, Bernie's just gonna make off like a madman.
Yeah, there's a push. So he can do the Mighty Blow Tackle Punch, but that leaves only a catcher to stop it.
No, he can do the catcher hit. There you go.
Oh, because that is also a catcher, yeah. So then we're playing for a 1 die from the Mighty Blow Tackle. No reroll, 1 die. This is the turn where it has to happen for Arzowane. The title is up for grabs. Well, ish. Fail now, and you're pretty much doomed. Succeed now, and you might have a fighting chance.
Accidentally potatoing it there due to the missed dodge. But looks like the Bliss just needs to get him down. But 3 things on the dice to help with that. 50% chance to get him down here.
Here we go, here we go, here we go! Yes! Arzowane still in the game. 1 die.
Stumbles.
And an armor break. That is huge. That armor break is almost as good as a removal. He still has the movement to go and pick it up, and he does!
2 more turns!
Arzowane's holding the ball.
He's picking up the ball there, but he can't throw it there, so he's going to have to make some flies out down the pitch to try to win the game at 24 if he keeps the ball at least.
Yeah,
but this is looking more and more like overtime penalty kicks.
And S2 Forever still has the ability to dodge out, because those 2 guys are already marked anyway. Yes. There we go. That helps.
Oh, and 1 more to help at the bottom side if need be to get the screen off or something. No, he needs to go down the pitch. I think he's going to play for penalty kicks. Looks like that's what he's doing.
Yeah, he wants to make sure that he doesn't get scored against, I guess.
Yeah, he doesn't want to lose the game outright. Bernie, with 2 more turns left to play, can do something here and then by the end still win it.
Yeah, because that was his turn 24. So the S2 Forever, who chose to mark Vincent Oberwald, was actually the only person who can still get in scoring range, and he chose not to. So indeed, whatever else happens, I think Bernie is not going to want to spend a reroll this turn. Then again, it wouldn't be the first time that we saw someone dominate, have lots of rerolls left, and then wind up spending them all before losing on penalty kicks. Happened to knock off in the 2016 World Cup.
You just never know. Blood Bowl. That's why we play this wonderful game. And like I said before, I've casted thousands of games by now, or at least hundreds, and each game has just been different from another.
Yeah, like I said, no reroll there.
Yeah, he's not going to reroll anything, keeping it for the overtime period. Penalty kicks. And now Arzowane, all he needs to do is play keep away for 1 more turn.
Yeah. He could actually foul Charlie Oberwald, because that's the only scoring threat there is. Did he miscount as well? No, he's just getting away. I think a foul on the catcher is the best play here. Because he's the only scoring threat there is.
Yep, pretty much. Lying down, but still enough movement allows to make it there and just...
Actually, no. Well, yes. If the ball-carrying blitzer had been 1 square out from the side, it would have been impossible to score with that, I think. Because he'd have to move into the end zone. No, he could have gone for a handoff and then a move and then a pass. Yeah. Because of the snow, your passing range is limited.
Oh, right.
And he needs to catch it, and he needs to catch it in the end zone.
Well, yeah, but he still has the other catchers, and he can still do handoffs to make it a little bit easier for the short pass.
Yeah, exactly. So, yes, fouling the catcher would have been the better play. Oh, on a push there, this catcher would have now also been in touchdown range. But it was not a push.
Yep, got the 3-die blitz there for the defender down, or he took the both down, though. And gonna pop him down to probably ice it, because now I don't think there is an easier handoff. or actually a throw. Oh.
Yeah. Autopilot re-rolling that would have been brutal. Oh wait, that was not. That was Arzowane. He didn't have any. Right. So Bernie, does Bernie have a theory shot? I mean, the players aren't worth anything. First thing you need to do is get the catcher into the end zone, and then you need to do the. Yeah, I think it's theoretically possible. Now it's not anymore.
No, yeah, he's already blitzed, so that's it. Yeah. We're going to overtime penalty kicks, and I guess we wouldn't have it any other way. And I suppose it is a good time for explanation. So as earlier you said, it is going to be overtime penalty kicks, but unlike regular football, whoever misses first and the other one gets it on that round will win the game. The difference is, though, you will get pluses to your kicks on the re-rolls, and you can get, as you can see there, BernieBuffon does have 2 re-rolls, but Arzowane 0. So if he has the re-rolls, he will
basically
get +2.
Basically, the number of kicks that you see them succeed at is the number of successes that they got. And since Bernie has re-rolls, he gets the first 2 successes free. The number of successes that you get after that are determined by the... That was it? Wow.
Wow. Just like that.
That was really fast.
He's going to miss it. And as I said before, the first guy, he kicked it good through the uprights, but then Arzowane's guy missed it, and then that's it. On that round, whoever makes it, and then the next guy who misses it will win that round and win the game.
Well, congratulations.
Bernie, the winner. I'm just joking with the guy. Bernie, a well-played game, will be getting the victory here, the World Cup Invitational. And not only that, already getting a ticket and advancing on to the World Cup. Nicely done, gentlemen.
Yeah, awesome game. Nice sportsmanship also, and great tournament overall. Thanks a lot for organizing it, of course. PC admins, Cyanide Focus. Thanks a lot for the sponsorship, Asus. And thanks for co-casting it with me, VGPurist. Alright YouTube, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, remember to leave it a thumbs up at the bottom. And of course, if you'd like to see more videos, do check out the channel and hit subscribe on your top right.